with me, and God just kind of gave me a peace that was where I needed to go.
All right, that's definitely a great testimony. So let's kind of talk a little bit about your journey. You were told about the position. So how was it like, applying for the position, and when you found out that you were chosen, and then just how was it, kind of getting started, getting your feet wet?
Oh, it's been an eye-opener. So on the outside, like when you're a supporter of a nonprofit, you're like, they're doing wonderful work. How can I help? And I've always been such a giver, like, you need help, let me come and, serve you. And so the interview process was like all my other interviews. It's like, this is my background, this is my vision, this is my passion, and it just felt like a good fit. Once I got in the door and realized that my role has kind of flipped. Now I'm going to be the person who's asking people for help. I'm the one who's having to go out and find money, to where before I've always been the one on the other side of the table. So that has been a challenge for me, because like I said, I've always wanted to serve and I've always wanted to help people. But when I have to go and say, hey, we are a nonprofit, I need your help doing this, or hey, I need funds to be able to feed these children. So that has been taking a while to get used to.
Okay, and so let's talk about some of the things that City Youth Ministries does for the community. You kind of mentioned about the feeding the youth, but what are some of the other things that you all are doing?
So what we do with our children, we have 123 right now, and when they get out of school, the Jonesboro Public Schools bring them to us. We feed them a hot meal every day. We do worship and devotion. We make sure their homework is done, and then we do some type of enrichment. We'll do a STEM activity, literacy, math. We have all kinds of entities come in, like Arkansas State University, their NYIT, their doctorate program. They come in and do health science activities with us. Elite Basketball comes in and does basketball classes with us. So we really depend on the community, our schools. There's a Valley View HOSA came in and did some science stuff with them, because most of the kids that we serve are academically delayed. And so any type of investment we can put into that so they can be successful at school and not be frustrated, we try to take advantage of.
That's great. And as I mentioned before we went on the air, Kaylee, we've been to your facility and did some music volunteering. Of course, we would definitely love to, again, for any future events that you all may have. So speaking of events, let's go ahead and get right into it. You got a couple of events coming up that you're excited about.
I do, yes, sir. So this month is a busy month. We are going to have a supper with Santa on Friday, December the 12th. It's from 5:30 to 7:30. All of our city youth families get in free, but we are selling tickets for $10 a piece. That covers a chili supper. It covers your photo with Santa. We're going to have door prizes, bingo prizes, and there is a $1,000 cash giveaway. Now, we are selling separate tickets for that. So one ticket is $10, 3 tickets $25. But like I said, this is for our families, but we would really like the community to come in and visit with our families and see what City Youth is about, and those tickets are $10 a piece.
Now, can those tickets be purchased in advance, or is it at the event?
It's either one. In advance, you can get on either one of our social medias. It's on Facebook, it's City Youth Ministries, NEA, and on Instagram, it's City Youth, NEA. You can purchase tickets on there, or like I said, you can do it at the door.
Okay. Any other events?
Yes. So we are also wrapping gifts on December the 5th, that morning from 9 until 1. And then December the 15th from 9 until 1. If you have gifts that you just like, I'm either going to put them in a sack or just hand them to a person with a bow, we can wrap them for you. We have our own wrapping paper, or you can bring your own. And we just ask for a minimum of a $25 donation, because we're going to wrap them for you, make them look nice. You can come back and pick them up, and it'll be done.
That sounds like a winner to me.
Winner, chicken dinner. Yes, sir.
And plus, it's also going to support a great cause
that
as well.
That is correct. Yes, sir.
All right. So anything else involving Christmas?
Well, Walnut Street Baptist Church is going to come in and they're going to cook a meal for our kids. And we have had people from Central Baptist Church purchase each child Christmas gifts off their list. So we're going to have a big Christmas party for the children to get a traditional Christmas meal and to get all of their Christmas gifts. And that's going to be the first week in December. And then we're also going to have other entities come in and just make this holiday season very special for our City Youth kids.
That's amazing. And we definitely appreciate each and everything that y'all do for the community. We're speaking with Adrianne York Cruz, Executive Director of City Youth Ministries. Let's go into our Facebook shout-out. Juanita Huggins says, I see my friend speaking out on KLEK. Awesome job, Mrs. York. And then she says, yes. Then she says, awesome place for children.
That Miss Juanita is a rock star. She is our dietary tech, which is our cook. She comes in and she prepares, like I said, for 123 kids Monday through Thursday. And this is her second job. She works all night long at Nestle. Then she comes in and she helps us with the kids, make sure that they're fed, make sure everything's cleaned up. So she's a rock star.
And Juanita is a longtime KLEK supporter. So we definitely shout you out. Appreciate you definitely for checking in. We're speaking with Adrianne York Cruz, Executive Director of City Youth Ministries. So now if people want to get involved, if they want to donate, if they want to volunteer, what do they need to do?
If they want to volunteer, donate, anything, they can just call us at 870-932-9398 or honestly just show up. I am not picky. I am needing churches to come in and help me lead worship and devotion because every day they're hearing my voice. Right now we're going through Advent. We're preparing for, the story that leads up to the birth of Jesus Christ, and then we'll follow into his ministry, and then we'll go through the crucifixion and resurrection. But I feel like it is a very important part of our day to insert the sacrificial love of Jesus Christ into them every day. And like I said, I've tried to ask several churches, but people are busy. Ministers are busy. They're in the public schools. They're out in our community. And it's hard for them to whittle out a little bit of time to come and, help us with worship and devotion. So I'm always preaching, hey, can you come just do a little quick.
What time do you all usually do those?
So from 3:45 till about 4:15. We sing a few songs, and like I said, it's a very short and sweet, but it always has the, like I said, it always pumps the fact that they're not alone in life. They are seen, they are valued, and even though life is tough, God has conquered the world.
Amen. And like how you said that God has conquered the world because Jesus paid the price for us all. All right. So anything else that is going on that you would like people to know about?
Well, just, every single day, next semester in the summer, at any point, we think of the mission field being in Africa, in China, in Mexico, wherever. But we have such a mission field here in Jonesboro. We have amazing nonprofits who are trying to pick up the pieces that we all can't get to. But our mission field to take care of our children, the future of this community, is very evident. And we're not only need over here in this Jonesboro area, we're need over in the Nettleton area. God has given me such a vision of how we need to be picking up the pieces of all of these children who need positive role models. So my sermon to the community is look in our own backyard, because there are so many different opportunities to, once again, instill value in our youth. So when they grow up, they have direction and they can make this community a better place.
Here's a fun fact for you, something that my pastor once said. With the population of Jonesboro, if you divide it by the number of churches that are here, each church has potentially 700 people that they can serve.
Interesting.
So when you talk about a mission field,
yes,
that was my first thought that came to mind.
Yes, I mean we have so many churches, and as Christians, like I said, we're always looking for how to get the story out of God's love and of God's forgiveness, and sometimes we overlook the children. We overlook, we're so focused on just other things, but really, like I said, Jonesboro. We've grown with retail. We've grown with our residential area. We really need to pick up the slack with out-of-school care for kids, because we have so many that have nowhere to go after school, that we need a hub to be able to preach to them, feed them, and help them succeed in school.
Of course, with that being said, as the executive director, what is your vision? Because I can definitely see the passion that you have. So what's the vision? Where would you like to see City Youth Ministries in a few years in fulfilling its purpose and its mission according to God's will?
My vision for City Youth is to be financially stable enough to have a entity to serve the Jonesboro Public Schools, elementary and junior high, and an entity to serve Nettleton Public Schools, the elementary and junior high, for children to be able to have a safe place to go after school to be fed spiritually, academically, and physically is what I feel like God has commissioned us to do.
Amen to that. All right, one more plug for the events coming up.
Yes, breakfast with Santa. Not breakfast with Santa.
Hey, I like breakfast now.
I know. Supper with Santa on December the 12th, 5:30 to 7:30. Get your tickets on our social media or get on that day. And also bring us our presents and let us wrap them December the 5th and December the 15th.
All right. Thank you so much. And make sure that you have your face up in the place. And for more information, just look up City Youth Ministries on Facebook and Instagram, and you can connect there. Get more information about these events. Donate, volunteer, pray, or just support in each way you can. We've been speaking with Adrianne York Cruz, Executive Director of City Youth Ministries. Thank you so much for joining us, and we would definitely love to have you again in the future. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of Community Conversations. You guys have a great and blessed day. This is KLEK 102.5 FM. All right, you have a couple minutes.